More and more robots in Snippet Land. Hello, gals, and welcome back to Sober Living Snippets, where we learn how to live alcohol-free so we can live with joy, health, peace, harmony, and happiness. I'm Becca Jacobson, and I have a snippet for you. In fact, part 2 of a 2-part snippet on AI, more specifically ChatGPT, on your alcohol-free journey. Yesterday, I introduced you to ChatGPT, and I hope those of you who are already using it were patient with me. But now we all know, right? We don't want to leave anybody behind. So today, I'm going to go more deeply on how you can use ChatGPT on your sobriety journey. I'm going to talk a little bit more about cautions. We want to be very careful. I'm going to introduce you to the fact that I made you ready for it. That's right, a guide on using ChatGPT for your sobriety journey. Can't wait to deliver you that. And that will leave you geared up and ready to use ChatGPT on your sobriety journey with discernment and intention and knowledge. I hope you took me up on the homework yesterday. I invited you to get yourself your free account, get in there and play with it. Did you have fun? I hope you're not addicted already. Remember, we talked about this can be very addicting. We want to be careful that we remember we're talking with a robot. So let's get into what can you use this ChatGPT for specifically on your sobriety journey? Well, I hinted about it yesterday. I mentioned, you could say to it, I'm a 54-year-old woman struggling with alcohol. What do you suggest? Or some sort of general prompt like that. But you can get a lot more specific, and you can ask it, for example, for daily journaling prompts. You could ask it to help you write a letter from your future self. You could ask it to help you envision your future self. You could ask it for self-care ideas that don't involve alcohol or sugar. You could ask it for a daily affirmation. You see, the ways in which we can use this are limitless. But let's revisit the problems with this. I don't think it's that hard to see how to use the bot, how to make use of this, but I think we can all see the problem that could arise. So one of the examples I just gave you, let's use future self just as an example. This is an exercise I have my clients do. I've talked about future self here on the snippets. In fact, we did a book study of Dr. Ben Hardy's book, Be Your Future Self Now. I'm a strong believer in connecting to our future selves. The stronger the relationship we build with our future self, the more likely we are to behave today in a way that will make our future self happy, right? Make better choices today so that you, from 1 year from now, will have the life that she wants. It's a very powerful process, a very powerful practice. Now, imagine you go in and you give ChatGPT information about yourself. It's going to spit out a future self vision better than anyone you could. So then you're going to be reading this vision of yourself that didn't come from you. This is problematic. How do we work around this, and how do we avoid the temptation of doing this? I believe we can and we should. Here's what I want you to know. Yesterday, I did not mention that you can use ChatGPT on your computer or your phone. I recommend this. Get the app downloaded onto your phone, open up your free account that you've already created, and you will see there a little microphone option. Instead of texting or typing to the bot, you can turn on that microphone option, take a nice deep breath, and give it the information you want it to have. In other words, close your eyes and visualize yourself 1 year from now. And say to ChatGPT, in 1 year, I see myself like this. And then include all the details you can. See your body, see your health, see your home, see your relationships, see your relationship with alcohol, and give that information as deeply and as detailed as you can to ChatGPT. Then ask it to help you write a concise letter from your future self to your current self that you can print and keep in your bag, and a daily affirmation from your future self to your current self. That means that you're not allowing the bot to create the future self, just helping you to write it out. This speeds up the work because writing a letter from our future selves is time consuming. It's also, though, very good for us to write that letter. That's why I want you to close your eyes, breathe, and visualize yourself so that you're the one creating your future self and not ChatGPT. In fact, if you don't give it that information, it's just going to spit out a bunch of garbage. It doesn't know who you are. How can it give you information about yourself if it doesn't know who you are? So this is what I mean by letting ChatGPT get to know you. When you open up a chat and you give it this information, the chat is saved in your account. And you can even say to it, please remember this conversation because I'd like to talk about it more next time. And it will remember so that you can then come back to that same conversation, take it up again, refine it. Maybe a week later, you want to come back and say, I've been using the affirmation. It's been beautiful, but I'd like something a little more like this or a little more like that. Can you make a suggestion? Or you could come back and say to it, somehow this is not emotionally hitting home. What information can I give you to help me get a more emotionally impactful statement from my future self? This is how we use it properly. We don't just go in there and say, give me the stuff, do it for me, and I'm going to sit here and do nothing. Do you see the difference? But if you do it this way, and I've included this kind of prompting, I've included this instruction, these directions in the guide that I'm giving you, which you can get by just going to the show notes and signing up for all of my guides, which are all in a common database. So if you're getting my guides, this guide will be added to it. There is so much power in doing this. And you can call that chat saved in your account, call that chat My Future Self. And then what you can do is open up a new chat, again, talk to ChatGPT, and call this chat My Alcohol-Free Life. This is just an example. And then talk to it about your struggles with alcohol, specifically let's say, for example, you want to talk specifically about how you've failed in the past, the triggers that really get you. Talk to it about the triggers that get you, tell it your past, and then ask it a specific question. Say to it, can you give me an affirmation that will help me the next time I'm in this triggered situation? Again, you'll see that you're not getting it to do the work for you. You're giving it the information and you're guiding it. You're asking specific questions so that you get back from it personalized information that can help you. But you're not just handing your life over to it. There's a fine line here, gals. And as I say, the guide will walk you through this. If necessary, listen to this snippet again in the way in which I've described it, because building your own little account, so you've got a few chats in the sidebar, one chat on future self, one on triggers, the categories of your life. You could tell it about each category of your life, ask it to help you stay on track in those categories through affirmation and motivational letters. That would be a very powerful use of your free ChatGPT account. But just randomly going in there and expecting it to take over your life is a big mistake. So remember, you're in charge of ChatGPT and your relationship with it. Don't overprompt yourself out of actually feeling things. You can end up putting into ChatGPT, asking it so many questions over and over that it comes back with the answers and you're not thinking, you're not feeling, you're just sitting there reading information that's coming from a bot. We have to be able to sit and feel our feelings. We have to be able to breathe through our feelings. We have to learn how to overcome our past. We have to learn how to build our futures. Never use ChatGPT to replace asking for help from a real person. And be very careful. Watch yourself for compulsive overuse. You can't think your way to transformation and you can't chat your way to transformation. You have to feel your way through. AI can help guide your thoughts, but it can't sit with you in your shame or your softness like a real sister can. Okay, now for the fun part. What if there was a version of ChatGPT that actually knew you, that actually spoke like me, that remembered your patterns, your pain, your victories? Well, I've been working on something like that. It's called the Becca bot. It's a custom-trained AI based on my podcast episodes, my emails, and everything I teach inside my coaching program. It's not ready just yet, but it's coming soon. And when it launches, it'll be available only to my clients. That's right, gals, coming for you. It's like a little sober mentor in your pocket, available 24/7, grounded in my voice and my values. If that sounds exciting to you, the best way to get access is to come work with me. You can book a free call using the link in the show notes, and we can talk about what that might look like. But I also want to remind you that tomorrow, that's right, tomorrow, I'm starting a 10-day challenge, the 10 Days in May Sobriety Challenge. I hope you're signed up for this, gals. It's free. It's transformational. These longer challenges make real change in women's lives. The women who show up, of course. I can't do it for you. You gotta be there. So go to the show notes and tap that link and sign up and let me know you're coming. Tomorrow morning, going live for day 1 of the 10 Days in May Sobriety Challenge. Would love to see you there. And I created an AI guide for you, a ChatGPT guide for sobriety just for you. And we called it Using ChatGPT on Your Alcohol-Free Journey. I've included the prompts, how to use a ChatGPT, how to get your account, how to not use it. Everything we've talked about over the last 2 days is in there. So as I've mentioned before, if you're getting my guides, it's now included in the library. If you're not getting the guides, please do go to the show notes and tap the link that says Get Becca's Guides, and that will send you to the database where we're putting all of my guides so that you just have them all in one place. So that's 3 different actions you could take today. You could sign up and come and talk to me. You can join the 10-day challenge, or you can make sure you're getting the guides, or you could do all 3 of those too if you really wanted to. All right, gals, that's a lot, and I've had fun with it. We've now officially moved Snippet Land into the land of AI, and we are comfortable there. See you tomorrow. Thanks for popping in. Be sure to come back tomorrow so we can keep your head on straight. Sending you buckets of love.